April, and I ain't even going to drag out this intro because the first thing we got to talk about is some March 10th type news. Not necessarily Mario news, but news from the company that invented him, Nintendo. Now, the latest Nintendo Switch 2 updates are, because this video, I'm going to try and move a little bit faster, but the update is that the accessory prices have gone up. The console is still the same price, but the accessory prices went up. So when your Joy-Con finally drifts, because I didn't look at the prices, I just know that they went up. So when your Joy-Con drifts, eventually when you just hit up on the menu to go and select your game, now we know how much that's going to cost. Let's see what the prices are. It went from $80 to $85. That's $5 more. The Joy-Cons went from 90. Bro, 90 Joy-Cons cost $90. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. With this whole recession thing that's about to go on, and people losing money in stocks and stuff like that, and people losing money and having a hard time finding jobs and etc. etc. Nigga, you will never ever in fucking life touch my Joy-Cons. Like $95 for a new set of Joy-Cons, bro. You will never touch my Joy-Cons. If somebody even holds my Switch and their finger brushes on the stick just gonna start for the rest of eternity. I don't care, because they still have potentiometer sticks, which, for those of you who don't know the difference between Hall effects and potentiometer, long story short, Hall effect sticks will damn near never drift. Potentiometer sticks, they're cheaper to make and they're more likely to drift and break, which, by the way, is a concept called planned obsolescence, where basically companies make things and design them to break, so you have to buy it again and buy more and more and more and more and more, which, that don't sound like the Joy-Cons. $95? They charge you $40 for this shit you can make with 2 pieces of plastic and a 3D printer? This bullshit is a whole $14. $14 for a wrist strap, bro. Remember when every remote came with a wrist strap for free? Nintendo's out they fucking mind. I think they're having a Wii U moment. I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, the price of the console, there's a lot of people who don't like the price of the console, who don't think the console is worth $450. If we're going by the loss that they're taking to sell you the console, like, yeah, you're right, it's not worth $450. It's worth actually way more. And then on top of that, tariffs is going to be way more. Let's not go down that road. But what I can say is expensive is these fuck-ass, cheap-ass pieces of plastic that don't even have no technology in it. It's fucking damn near $60 480p camera. This camera's 480p, by the way, guys. If y'all didn't know that, this camera will be in 480p. So not only, woo, shit, I knocked everything off my desk. So not only is the camera in 480p, it's in 480p, and it's 15 frames per freaking second. Like, Nintendo Online video chat is going to be horrible. They should make it. Now, if this was another company, this would be a suggestion that I wouldn't depend on falling on deaf ears. But specifically because it's Nintendo, I know this shit is basically falling on deaf ears. What they should do is make it so that if you have a compatible smartphone, because, you know, certain software and stuff like that is going to restrict it. If you have a compatible smartphone, you could connect your phone and use that as a web camera for free. Or you could buy their premium proprietary camera. But this is Nintendo we're talking about. They're never going to do nothing like that. Shit, even PlayStation didn't do that. And they had the whole camera setup thing since like the PS2. And that shit didn't work out. So if I want to replace the dock, get a bundle, like with the USB-C cord, brick, the actual dock itself, and an HDMI cable, they want me to pay $120. I'm not gonna lie, Nintendo's having a Wii U moment. They're bugging all the way the fuck out. They're losing their whole ass actual mind. Now this, I have no idea what this video is about. I don't even remember why I put it in my notes. Mario Kart World's character select screen is a mess. Well, yeah, they're gonna have 24 character races, so having 50 characters isn't gonna be that fun because you're gonna often see the same characters over and over. Then on top of that, you got to take into consideration the whole open world aspect that they're going for. Yeah, I would imagine they would have a Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi level of ass character select screen, because all those anime, all those Budokai Tenkaichi clones, those Nigga Storm 4 clones, they all have the same style of shitty ass menus. Fucking Junk Force, they all have the shittiest shittiest character select menus of all fucking time. That's always the case, but why do they think this one is the worst?
There are a couple points in this direct where you get a look at it, and when we played
this pages and pages
a couple weeks ago, there's a ton of pages of characters, and I was convinced that this was just the pre-release build. And when we actually had the game, like you would click on Mario, and then a sub menu would launch for all of Mario's costumes. They had.
Okay. So to be fair about that one, to be 100% fair, it's simpler to do a page system, because one thing you learn when it comes to like doing and making UI related things, one thing you always learn is, yes, there is somebody that's stupid. Now, the majority of people who use it may not be like that, but you're going to realize a non-significant group of people really can't tell. They really don't know. What you have to remember is that not everybody is hyper technologically inclined. A submenu, and this is coming from somebody who isn't necessarily a UI expert, but I understand the basics. A submenu is not something you want to do because that's not a very UI friendly design. The pages and pages, although it's annoying to have to go, instead of being able to press X or Y or whatever or something like that and have a submenu pop up.
This problem solved in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the different Shy Guy or Yoshi or Villager or Inkling or Link colors. That was already fixed, but now we see, like, when it's 4-player split screen, there's like 30 tabs of pages because they can only fit 6 characters on the screen at once.
So, oh my god, like, that sounds stressful.
10 seconds countdown. Oh my gosh, I need to find Cowboy Donkey Kong before I...
If they're gonna do the menu like this, they at least need to have a favorite section that you can start off at, in case you like picking, like, you have a couple characters that you like rotate into. Because because he's right, if every time you have to scroll 10 pages to get the Donkey Kong,
so it's like Echoes of Wisdom with that 120 like exactly. 128 items that you're just scrolling single bar through. I'm like, guys, this could be done so much better.
There's gotta be a better way of doing this.
What's a disaster is the character.
And I don't think it's the worst problem ever, because, like, at the end of the day, if the core gameplay is good, this is like a minute nerdy type person type of thing. This is only the type of shit that we would look at that we would get called fucking losers for. Now, on to some more impactful Nintendo news. The raising cost of the accessories in the US are due to tariffs, but the console price remained the same. Now, when I seen the title of this article, I said I want to read this on stream, because the premise, the idea of this article is a little bit interesting to me, because Nintendo themselves even said that the price of the console, the high price of the console, isn't due to tariffs. So the price they have calculated for the console is pre-tariff, number one. Number two, ahead of the whole situation, Nintendo already shipped a bunch of Nintendo Switches over here so that no Gen 5 on the back of the... You know what I mean. I said that backwards, but whatever. So that a lot of people will be able to get Switches. Now, I understand the Switch not being affected by tariffs because it's being sent over like early and whatnot, but how does that affect the accessories? A new set of Joy-Con controllers, for example, will now cost $95, an increase of $5. Sounds like I'm reading patch notes. Like, we buffed the price of the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons $5. But the $450 Switch 2 itself, including its $500 bundle with MKW, will not increase in price. For now. I pressed the wrong one. for now. Nintendo has decided the cost of key software, blah 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 blah. Nigga, where's the facts? The news comes amidst a backdrop of calls from fans to lower the price of the Switch 2, which, hey guys, I know a lot of you niggas that play on the Switch. I know a lot of people are struggling for money, struggling for cash and whatnot, but not how business works. I know a lot of you niggas have never sold anything in your life, not even a fucking candy bar for the school fundraiser. That's not how it works. You can't just drop the price because a nigga asks for the price to drop. That's how you start losing profits. Because if you drop the price of one thing, that means you have to raise the price of something else to get that money back on the back end. You see where I'm going? Okay. Because also, keep in mind, when it comes to the Switch, more people are likely to buy more controllers and accessories than they are to buy another Switch. Like, think about it. Unless you're like a tournament organizer, or like you run a community center, or like you have like a gaming truck, unless you're in a specific profession that requires you to have more than one of any given console, how likely are you to buy another Nintendo console? Now, with the same restrictions, how likely are you to buy another controller, another like set of Joy-Cons, another Pro controller, another set of the wristband straps, another one of those stupid ass wheels? If you already brought one, you're probably susceptible to buying another one. So I'm not gonna lie, this kind of makes sense. It makes sense for them to keep the console price as low as they could fiscally manage to keep it. Because again, guys, remember, I know you guys love Nintendo, you know, Mario hats, woo! Everybody dance, let's jump Mario Odyssey, hey! Let's swing side to side, Donkey Kong, punch the rocks, grrr, yay! Link, Master Sword. I know that's how a lot of you see Nintendo, as the innocent company that can never do no wrong, and they do have their upsides. But I'm a part of the Smash community, so, you know, fuck Nintendo when they're not making Smash. Anyway, point of that statement is, they're a business at the end of the day. Their goal is to make money. I know. Hand on the shoulder. Look, I understand. I get it. You're nostalgic for Nintendo. Nintendo's not nostalgic for you. So, yeah, this kind of makes sense, but this is not really clarifying how the tariffs are raising it. Something that seemed increasingly unlikely as expected, the impact of tariffs became clear. Indeed, a statement for Nintendo today made clear, blah, blah, blah. Other adjustments of price to the price of any Nintendo product are also possible in the future depending on market conditions. We apologize for the retail pre-order delay. Not really. And hope this reduces some of the uncertainty our customers may be facing. We thank our customers for their patience, and we share their excitement to experience Nintendo Switch 2 starting blah, 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 blah. I mean, this was a nothing burger article. They kind of just said, hey, bruh, shit is expensive, that's why. This one is more so of a notifier, just letting anybody in the audience watching know. If you don't get the Mario Kart World Bundle before fall 2025, it may not be guaranteed. Now, why? I'm not sure. However, it will likely sell out at launch, leading to one question: when fresh supplies will be available. If the current stock isn't enough, which I guarantee you with the popularity of the Switch one and the strength of Nintendo nerds, Nintendo niggas, when they pop out the cut and buy a new console, this shit is gonna sell out really fast. Like, if it's any console that would be easy as fuck to scout, literally anything besides the Xbox, which is either a PlayStation or a Nintendo. But if it's any console that every single console cycle I've seen, including the original, like the OG Wii, that every new release of the Wii gets scalped, and that shit costs skyrockets in price fastest. Because remember, Nintendo don't do discounts. It's either you pay a price or you just look at everybody have something nice. It is what it is. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Everybody can come up here. Quite literally anybody can come up here. However, it will likely sell out blah 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 because Nintendo manufacture more. Yeah, Mario Kart World and then Nintendo Switch 2. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm still confused. I don't get why the bundle is stopping. Cause like I'm pretty sure that it. Wait, actually, do I see download in a picture? I'm pretty sure they're not even giving you the physical game in a fucking box. Yeah, see, full game download. Let's zoom in and see. Full game download to be downloaded on included system. So you're not even getting a fucking game. How hard is it to put a slip of paper in the fucking box with a goddamn code on it. I don't understand why, like, fully. Because, like, if you're making switches, it's a fucking slip of paper. And the way shit works nowadays, it don't even have to be a slip of paper. You could tie it to the serial code of the console, just give them a free download to any fucking account that signs on that console. They just instantly own the game for free. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's something else. That being said, if you're in the Twitch stream, just hit reload. I'm about to do the rest of the gaming. Ooh. On highlight. On. While that opens, hit reload, guys. Hit reload.